Hello, next tutorial. This look is part of something pretty awesome. This is actually a freeway collaboration with the amazing HayzStrawberry and Kristianathe. I mean, these two YouTubers, these two makeup artists, I love their work so much, and everything they do is flawless, and I'm just really honoured to be a part of this, really. So yeah. So the idea is it's like an elemental type theme. So I've gone with fire and rock and molten lava, that kind of, yeah, hopefully that comes across. And the two girls have gone with an aquatic theme, and I'll absolutely check out, I'll put their pictures of their makeups in this video, but I'll put links to their looks as well. Please check them out. Please check out their channels. They're amazing. So yeah, if you guys want to see how to recreate this molten lava fiery look, stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply a bald cap. Now, because I think most of this look is going to be, well, it's going to be easier to go colour black over red, so I'm going to use a red bald cap for this. I do make my own bald caps, as you probably know, throughout my videos, and I do, this is a bit of a shameful plug, but I do sell them on my website. I'll put the link here and in the description bar below, just in case. But, or you can buy it from party shops and places like that. You don't have to have a coloured one, it just makes it a lot easier to, yeah, to get around things and colour over it. But I'm going to apply this ball cap. I'll put a link here to one of my tutorials teaching you guys how to apply it, just so I can save some time. And yeah, so I'll get back to you when I've applied this. Okay, so I've applied my ball cap and I've blended the edge with some liquid latex. I've also blocked out my eyebrows. Yes, I know I look very silly. I've made this quite taut because I want this to be really smooth. So my eyebrows have been pulled way up. But I've blocked them out. I'll put a video here, one of my previous tutorials, teaching you guys how to block out eyebrows as well, because I do it in most of my tutorials, and again, it will make the video a lot shorter. So yeah, those are all blocked out. Okay, so I'm ready for the next step. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tissue paper. This is just regular tissue paper that I've just torn in half, so I've got the really thin side. And I'm going to start building up my forehead. I'm not going to use prosthetics, because I'm trying to use less prosthetics in these tutorials, just so more of you guys out there can recreate the looks. Because not everyone can make prosthetics. Anyway, so I'm going to be using tissue paper and liquid latex. So the idea is I'm going to take some small amount of tissue like that, and I'm going to soak this on top of my eyebrow. Now this is completely safe, because what I've done is I've covered my eyebrow in spirit gum, then wax, then more spirit gum, and powdered it. So there's loads and loads and loads covering it. So there's no chance that this will pull the hairs out of my eyebrows. So I'm literally just going to soak the whole area here in liquid latex, and then I'm going to take the tissue and just press it down like that, making sure to soak it completely in liquid latex. So what I'm going to do is, I've done the other eyebrow now, I'm just going to let that dry, and I'm going to do probably about 3 to 4 coats of it, just to raise that whole area. Okay, I kind of got carried away, as I always do. I've literally just kept layering it up and layering it up. I've lost count. I'm probably on about 10 coats at this point, but you can see the area, how much it's raised. Yes, it's not smooth. You're not really going to get it that smooth with liquid latex and tissue, but I mean, you can get your finger and then start buffing the area out to make it smoother, but for this look, I'm not wanting it to be a smooth texture. I want it to be all cracked skin, and yeah. So what I've done is I've made the bridge of my nose lower, so it's made this hanging over a bit here, so because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade this area here so it gives me the arched eyebrow look, and I've just extended it out to the ball cap just to make the edges a bit smoother, and yeah, it's just as it goes across. Yep, so basically my whole forehead is covered in tissue. So as there's so much tissue on here, it's going to take quite a while to dry, so I'm just going to focus on the bottom half of my face and the back of my ball cap, and then I'll do the detail on that later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my favourite makeup item ever at this point. It's my Collection 2000 Extreme felt eyeliner pen. Okay, so I'm going to use this just to trace on details. So the look I want to go for is like a cracked molten lava, you know, that kind of cracky surface where you see lava flowing through the rock, that kind of thing. So rather than just go straight in and colouring my whole face red and that, I'm just going to draw on the lines of the rock and then colour in between that. So I'm going to have like these lines no bigger than about that. Yeah, so leaving a small gap in between. Yeah, so I'm going to do that kind of effect all over my face. So that's me covered in random squares. Random jagged shapes. Okay. So now I'm going to take an orange watercolour. I'm using Snazaroo Orange 553, if that helps anyone out there. Just a regular orange watercolour. And I'm going to colour in... This is going to take a while. Probably should have done this before the lines, but yeah, I can't go back now. So this is what happens when you make it up as you go along. I'm going to colour in between all of these shapes. Yes, I'm regretting this. With the orange. That didn't take as long as I thought, actually. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a yellow watercolour. That's Snazaroo again, and this one actually doesn't have a number. It's just bright yellow. So, only so many shades of yellow, I guess. Right, so then I'm going to take another small brush, so just so I can get in between the cracks of this. And the idea is I'm just going to do random squiggles of the colour. Just load that up on my brush. In the odd places, not colouring them in, just like that. Just whoop, in between every other crack. Then I'm going to take a Grimace Red Cream in 501. The reason I'm using a cream is because I can blend this in with the other colours once they're all dry. So the idea with that is I'm going to do it much like I did the yellow, but I'm going to be covering a lot more of the area. So it wants to be more red than orange and yellow, basically. They're more the highlights. Right, so I'm going to put more red on, I think, afterwards, but I'm going to colour the squares in for now, or the weird shapes in, and then I'll get a better idea of what areas need to be made more red. So I was going to use black watercolour, but instead I'm going to use my eyeliner pen because it's so much easier to control this, and yeah, it's just, I prefer it, and it gives a nice darker colour. So I'm literally just going to colour in all of these squares. Okay, so this is going to take a while. Okay, so that didn't take forever. So now I've got all the little shapes coloured in. I'm going to take some Snazaroo Black Cream and a fluffy brush, and I'm going to cover the entirety of my eyelid. And I've done the shapes around my eye just to accentuate the high points of my brows, so I can colour those in. The idea is I want this area here to be black, and this area here where I've made my bridge of my nose wider to be left clear, so it looks more like an angry brow. You'll see what I mean as I start colouring, but yeah. So you see how much, I mean, I've also gone underneath my eye just really roughly, and you can really easily blend it out, especially with the red cream as well. It mixes really nicely. But you can taper the edges off. It doesn't have to be neat at all. I mean, the idea is it's meant to be a charred look. So yeah, so it gives those hollowed out eyes. I'm also going to do a little bit on my lips, I think, actually. Just pulling it outwards. Yeah. So now I'm going to do the thing. I don't like doing this very much. It feels weird to me, but it does need it. I'm going to take some Snazaroo Black watercolour, and I'm only doing this because I love you guys. And I'm going to coat the inside of my ear and all of it completely. Okay? Oh, I don't like doing this. It's a lot easier to do this with a foundation brush, so then you can get the whole area, and you can spend as little time as you need in that area, because it goes right through me. But here we go. I'm then going to take some black hairspray, and yeah, I think I am going to do this. And be very, very careful out there. This is probably quite dangerous, but I mean, I've not tried this on this kind of a look before, but I mean, when I do a burn makeup, not that this is a burn makeup, but whenever I do that, I do use some black hairspray just to give it that extra charred effect. So be very careful, okay? Close your eyes and just do, in fact, if I do that, just gently spray random areas just to give it that extra child effect. I'm also going to go in the fluid line of my eyes with some MAC Black Track fluid line, which is just basically a black cream that's safe for the fluid line of your eyes, just to make them look that bit darker. So you just pull your eye down and just pop it in there. You see how much darker it makes the eye look just by covering the fluid line. It's really clever. So then I just popped in some black contact lenses. I was toying with the idea of using red lenses, but I just think these look more demonic. Yeah. So now I'm going to cover, this is going to take forever, so I'm not going to do it on camera because I've showed you already, but I'm going to do this pattern all on my chest, or probably this part here. I'm just going to do exactly the same as before. I'm going to draw the lines, then colour in between. Yeah, so be right back. Actually, I'm just going to take a few, I've just stopped for a second, take a mini break. I'm just going to add one extra feature, I think, just to make this look a bit more, I don't know, I just think it'll add a bit to it. I've made these horns, I've actually made 3 sizes of them. Hang on. Yeah, so these you'll know, because I've used them in my Darth Maul tutorial. They're just the mini horns, and I've got a medium one I made, and a larger horn. I'm going to stick either 2 or 3 going up here on both my shoulders, just to look kind of like an evil villain type thing. These are easily made. I just literally sculpted the horn so it looked exactly like that, covered it in plaster, took it out and filled it with latex, and this is what I get. I do sell all 3 of these on my website. Another shameful plug, I'm sorry, but just in case you can't make them, they're on there. So I'm literally going to cover the entire bottom of this with Pro Stick or Spirit Gum, any kind of prosthetic adhesive, and just stick them about there. And I'm just going to dirty up the base of it with some black cream and smudge it to the top, I think. Yeah, so... So I just applied my horns, sprayed them a little bit more with the black hairspray on the edges just to give them a bit more depth. And yeah, it's a bit difficult to apply the horns yourself, so I've not really been able to blend them too well, but oh well. And yeah, I stopped the pattern here because I thought otherwise it would go all over my body, and it kind of looks like a costume now, so yeah. But yeah, that's my look. So hopefully this says molten rock lava demon thing, basically. So definitely make sure to check out HayzStrawberry and Kristianathe's collaborations as well, because they're amazing, absolutely amazing. I hope you guys like this look. I hope it works well with the collaboration. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for doing this collaboration with me. It's awesome. And thank you guys out there so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, so if you like it, make sure to rate, comment and subscribe. And also on HayzStrawberry and Kristianathe's collaborated videos as well. Make sure to like those, and definitely check out their channels because they're awesome. I love them. But yeah, so until next time, bye.